Yo, what's up? I just wanted to hop on here and give you an insider's perspective to gear prices, tariffs, and how it might all play together. I've been working in the music industry since 2015, specifically on the manufacturer side, so I'm privy to some details that others might not have or even be thinking about. Also, I'm curious to know your opinion on a topic that I'll ask at the end, and hopefully this video just becomes outdated quickly. But just in case, I wanted to let you know things are gonna get more expensive. Now, this is just me synthesizing some theories based on past experiences. No company has told me specifically what is gonna happen or what their plans are, but I've been doing this a freaking long time. And also, let me say this, if you can't afford something now and you're afraid you won't be able to afford it even more later, don't buy it now and put yourself in a pinch. That's just not a good idea. Just save up. It's going to be more expensive. Yeah, I know it's going to suck, but you're better off covering your bases first. And honestly, maybe try that thing that's just been collecting dust in the closet. Okay, so here's the grand scheme of things. From big companies, think of like, I don't know, Korg or Roland or Pioneer. They have the capital, AKA money, to get their gear into the States and load up on stock before the tariffs kick in, or before the tariffs kicked in, right? So they might have supply for a while at lower prices, maybe even to the holidays. So fingers crossed, maybe their prices stay the same. But bad news if you're looking at small companies like Sonicware or small boutique companies like Dreadbox or Oxy or, even ASM. My guess is that they're going to have to raise their prices sooner than later since they're working in such smaller quantities, right? So while they're hearing about tariffs, they need to figure out ways to ramp up production most of the times, and their products probably aren't even made yet. And while dealers, like let's just say, I don't know, Sweetwater, might be buying 100 Novation launch keys a month, they've probably only been buying 6 Erica Synths echolocators a month, right? So as Erica Synths stock kind of trickles in, the tariffs have ramped up, and then their prices are going to have to rise sooner than later. And yeah, the companies who have things made in China might get hit the hardest. So Google around and see what brands you're thinking of buying and see where their stuff is made if you're curious, right? And know this, if it's a big brand, maybe, hopefully, this is a question at the end, right? Maybe their prices will stay lower a bit longer. But ultimately, if nothing changes on the tariff side, my guess is that they're going to have to raise their prices eventually. But all I know is things are going to get more expensive. So if you're thinking of buying something, maybe you can still lock in a price, like a new current price from dealers who bought stock before the tariffs. And if you're thinking about selling gear, maybe wait a bit and let the tariff price raise the tide, right? I don't know. Or hook up a homie with a good price if you think it's fair. It's always nice to be kind. Some of my best memories are selling gear for cheap to friends. George, looking at you with that old Korg. Anyway, the question for you now is, do you think companies will raise prices before they have to? Or the second question is, raise prices even more than they have to? My guess on that first part is the companies who have the pricing power to keep their price low will, because they can be the cheaper option against the company who has to raise their prices now. And that's going to be their selling point, right? And this kind of sucks if you think about it, because it's probably the small companies who will not be able to compete against the big companies, aka small companies get hit the hardest, right? While the small company has to raise their prices now, the big company can hold out much longer because they have way bigger piles of stock. And as far as that second question goes, I can only hope not. Anyway, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on all of this. We see it in the news a lot, but not as specific as our community of creatives and musicians, both the creative people who make the stuff and the creative people who use the stuff. Anyway, much love. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you next week. Peace.